and play both strings.
This one.
That's definitely not the same note, right? So you can kind of hear which way it needs to go, right? Other way.
Let's try this.
Very sure. Try that. There you go. Okay. So basically, we're going to do that
Hey guys.
down here until we're on the fourth string. We're going to go to the fourth fret. Okay. It's again remember fourth string, fourth fret, right? All right. So let's go down to the next one here. Oh, what fret are you on there?
Oh.
Yeah. Not quite, Alan. You got a good ear. Maybe that's a little too far. It's a little too far. So bring it back down just a little bit and you'll be good. Sounds pretty good to me. Right. Alright, and what's that string called that you just tuned?
It's this one.
Even, a, dog,
G.
gets bones every day. Okay. Nope, on the third fret. Is there, are there markers along the top? Yeah, here you go. See that dot right there? That's where you're going to go. That's your tuning dot. Make the sand come up a little bit. It's probably good.
Yeah.
Good, yeah. One thing that I want you to do differently here is instead of taking your finger, instead of taking it off there, I want you to practice just keeping it on there because that'll help you get in the habit of keeping your fingers straight so that you're not touching the other string there, okay? Right, but don't take your finger off when you're tuning, you know, because it's just a good habit, you know, because it's just a little extra practice. You're keeping your finger in the right position there. Hear how it buzzes a little bit there, like this. Hear that sound? That's bad. Keep it up. It's better, right? I don't expect you to get everything perfect immediately, right? It's taken me a long time to play the way I can, and I still have room for improvement. I'm by no stretch of the imagination the best guitar player in the world. Okay, not even maybe in the middle. Right? So I don't feel bad. You know, don't stress. I can't get. Don't get frustrated. Music is supposed to be something that's fun. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm used to that.
This is his baby guitar.
Yeah,
The
I
little
had that
one.
since I was 5, 6. Yeah.
well, make sure you keep that for your kids one day. But I think you're a big boy.
Yeah, his hands are bigger than mine.
This is mom.
All right. So what do we do on the fourth string? What did I tell you? The fourth string,
We go to the fourth.
fourth fret, right? Remember to keep your finger on there. It's a little bit flat. Do you know what the words sharp and flat mean?
Yeah, I played piano. I
Okay,
used
right. All right. It sounds like it's a little bit flat. So go ahead and
to-
tighten it a little bit there.
So it sounds this
So,
yeah.
pretty good. And then for the fifth one, we go back to the fifth fret, okay? The fourth string is the only one that you do that different place there, okay? Sounds pretty good. All right, so now you have a working the instrument. Okay, now we can, now we got that out of the way, we can go on, okay? But I want you to kind of remember that. That's going to be next week when I come. I want you to be able to show me. I want to take your guitar and I'm going to turn the strings. And then I want you to tune it back and show me that you know how to do it that way, okay?
Yeah.
Alright, so what we're going to do is I want to see what kind of guitar playing you sort of are naturally inclined towards, right? Some people are better at, other people are like, more strumming, other people are like, pick a good one. Okay, other people want to play that kind, okay? So what we're going to do today is sort of figure out what you like the best and what you're sort of inclined to do, okay? And then next week I'll give you a song, or we'll work in the direction that we feel you're going to go the best in, okay? So I guess let's start with, let's go ahead and start with a scale, like lead type lines. So go ahead and grab your pick. Where's your pick?
It's a free pick
Free pick.
from Best Buy.
These kind here, I've used many different picks over the years, and these I can't use another one after this because it feels like I'm like so tiny I can't even hold it right. They're so good. Yeah.
My other one.
What I do with them is I take a drill with a small bit and drill a little hole, like 3 or 4 little holes in it, and you can hold on to it a little bit.
Oh,
Otherwise,
okay.
like if you're sweaty, it kind of slips out of your fingers, you know.
I see.
Some of them have raised, there's actually, it seems like a mundane thing, but it's actually something we're sort of talking about. So, yeah, this one here, I went and scratched it up and put some holes in it so that it's easy to hold on to. This isn't one of those. Anyway, there's some that I have that they have a logo for the company that makes the picks, and it's stamped on there, so it's rough.
Kind of rigid, yeah. I mean,
Those are pretty decent, but they're kind of small. Anyway, right. So, if you're going to play a lead line on a guitar, most all of the lead lines and solos and things like that you can hear, it's all just scales, okay? It's based on scales. There's variations to it, but it all comes down to scales, okay? So, what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you like a major scale, okay? And we will go ahead and pick them out. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play like 2 or 3 notes, okay? I'll play it slowly, and then I'll have you copy what I played, okay? So what we're going to do is put our first finger on the 3rd fret, right there, on the E string, okay? One thing to remember is when we're playing this kind of music, what you want to do is you want to assign all of the notes in that fret to a certain finger, okay? So I'm not going to do that because it's terribly slow and very impractical, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a different finger on each one of those notes. Okay? Each one of the notes in this fret, I'm going to use my pinky for. Each one of the notes in this fret, I'm using this finger. Each one of the notes in this fret, all the way down, all 6 of them, are this finger's job. It's like you have siblings or whatever, your cousin, each of you have chores or something like that?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, well, maybe they would be happy if you did their chores, but so maybe that's a bad example, but each one of you has your own job, right? That's what this is, okay? So here we go. We're going to go 1, 2, 4. Why is it making that sound?
Is it not pressing part of that?
Well, that's part of it, but you're pressing way over here. So even if you press really hard, it's still not going to be a perfect sound. Much better. All right. The closer what I would recommend is like either from the middle and over, okay? The closer you press to that line, the fret wire there, the better the note's going to sound, okay? So even if I press really hard, if I'm over here, right? And as a matter of fact, the closer I get over here, I don't even have to press as hard, and it sounds good, okay? So let's try that. 1, 2, 4. tell you this. You don't have to keep all of your fingers down as you advance. Some people, you know, some schools of thought or whatever, some think that that's better because then you can go, and you can play a little bit faster and you can go back down and it's whatever. But honestly, for right now, if you can't reach that one, don't worry about that, okay? You're only playing one note at a time. And if you're having this finger down, this note doesn't matter. So for right now, we're not going to worry about that, okay? If you need to shift your hand a little bit, in time, you'll be able to stretch it a lot farther. Okay, but for right now, don't worry about it so much, okay? So, 1, 2, 4. Good, then we're going to go to the next string. 1, 3, 4. So let's try those 6 notes there. Let's go up and then back down, okay? And back down. Go. Okay, so that's just a very small example of it's part of a scale. Okay, the scale continues on. You can go. It's just scales, right? Okay, there's nothing that's magical about it. It's like, oh, how does he play all that? It's just scale. Okay,
Yeah.
it's arranging and rearranging the notes of the scale. Okay.
My sister and I play that song on the piano.
It's a good song. That's good. Okay, so that's one kind of thing we can play on the guitar. Okay. Now let me. The easiest chord you can ever possibly learn would be E minor. E minor is just about easier than falling off the log. Okay. Let's see if we can find E minor here. That's right. That's it.
Yeah, my mom taught me.
There you go. Excellent. That's a good. That's what I start. That's the chord I start all my students with. E minor. You strum all the strings. It's just 2 fingers. It's a nice chord, right? It's kind of a sad chord though, because it's minor. Right? So I'm gonna give you another one. Let's see. You know D major.
G major.
But what am I doing here? I'm just gonna go home. You already know how to play the guitar.
My mom plays the guitar.
All right. And what strings do you play when you play a D major there?
This,
remember every
this is it. This is E, A, G. And this one should be
That's G, right? So how many strings do you play when you do the D chord?
3.
3?
Yeah.
Okay, that's how many you have fingers on. But when you strum the chord, how many do you strum? Do you strum all of the strings?
Just
Okay. Why do you strum only those 4?
because this is the base of it.
Right, that's pretty good. That's the root, okay? One thing that just makes it easy to remember, if you're playing a D, you play from the D down. If you're playing a C, you play from the C note, play from the C down, okay? When you play your E minor up here, you're playing from the E down. Playing a G, you're playing from the G down, okay? Right, and F, you're playing, this note is F, it just happens to be on the top string. But generally, you know, if the chord, an A chord, for example. Do you know an A chord?
Yeah.
You play from the A down, right? Pretty easy to remember. Okay, well, so let me see. All right, that's pretty good. I can see that's an area which you have already.
Yeah, I like to practice my guitar.
That's good. That's excellent. I'm gonna have you talk to some of my other students. All right. All right. Well, I'm not gonna spend any more time. I can see that playing chords is something that you like to do. Right. Okay. So let me try one more thing. Okay. Let's see. There's another way you can play. It's called fingerstyle or finger picking. Okay. So C.
Yeah.
How do I know that? Okay. So when you do your C there, I want you to lose your pick. We don't need a pick for this one.
Does he need to be lower?
Sure. Whatever way is comfortable. It's not like.
Hey, you do like the same one as me, because some people do it here, but I can't see it.
Right. Well, when it's on your left knee, it's kind of for classical style. People, if you want to put your guitar up and you. Anyway, that's more a classical style, like that kind of guitar. But
I can't see my things
right.
here.
Well, what we're going to do here is the way that you can see. Okay, we're going to do it that way. So we're losing our picks. All right. And let me actually have you do a D. This will be an easier way to start here. Go ahead and do D major there. All right. Now your fingers here, they have names. Okay. We already said like 1, 2, 3, 4, and your thumb is 0. Okay. Thumb's going to be 0. Right, well your right hand here we're talking about now. The one that's going to be the big one. Right? Your thumb is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So what I want you to do on your D major there, right, is I want you to go ahead and go 0, 1, 2, 3. And your right, so your pinky gets to sit this one out. He's just hanging out there. You don't have to really do it, just so it's out of that way. Alright? And when you finger pick, what's your first finger doing? What's number 1 doing? He's taking a nap too. You gotta use him, okay? Alright, so what I want you to do is go ahead and, for right now, set your fingers on the strings here, okay? You're using 4 fingers, your pinky's sitting out here. 4 fingers, go ahead and set them right there on the string so that each one of them is touching the string. Right, and then just go. It's pretty good, yeah. Okay. All right, now try this. I want you to go 0, 2, 1, 3. Right, yeah, see, and repeat that 2 or 3 times. Okay, so let's go ahead and, oops, my mistake. Okay, that's not too hard, right?
Yeah.
It gives it a kind of a different sound, right? It's sort of a more mellow or whatever, sleepy kind of music, right? Okay. So I guess let me see here. I guess what I would say is of those 3 different things, it's pretty evident that playing chords and strumming chords is something you've already practiced at. So next week, what I'm thinking is I kind of want to work on one of the other things, see? Because you've done that chord strumming there, so, and that's like too easy for you, I think. I kind of want to either try fingerstyle or picking individual notes. Do you think you can tolerate that?
Yeah, I could practice.
Good. Of those 2, okay, of picking like, or doing the notes, which of those 2 were you more interested in?
I could practice my scale, but I kind of like the one that we go.
You kind of like the finger one?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you what. We'll focus on that. I'll give you some songs that we can learn playing that style.
Oh, I want Siki first.
You want Siki first?
Yeah, but I kind of want to do that finger stuff for that because that's so nice.
This song.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all. That's what we're going to start. Have you heard it in a particular key? Does he know it in? Does he have like?
I play it in key.
Igor, why don't you let Mr. B choose a song for you first?
than
Well, I mean,
something that
he
he has
likes-
in mind.
I'll tell you what, we'll compromise, okay? We'll take that song that he knows, but we're gonna learn it in a different key, okay?
Okay.
So it sounds a little bit different, and like you went to a major chord on the third one there, we're gonna go to a minor one, so it sounds a little bit different, okay? We're gonna learn in the key of C. So I guess, let me see here, let me get your book. All right, let me write down the first, I'll write down, I guess, most of the song there, maybe the whole thing. And then you can go ahead and you have all the chords are in here.
Yeah.
F is kind of a tricky chord, okay?
You've been having a hard time trying to catch F.
That was one of the hardest ones for me to learn because getting those two fingers down at the same time,
Yeah.
it's tricky. It really is.
Yeah.
There's
Like,
maybe it's
Somehow
easier or
your
harder.
neck looks,
It is.
this one is
It's smaller.
wider.
Right. This is a classical guitar.
yeah, his is like mine, but
This is just a regular acoustic guitar.
Oh.
Yeah. Classical guitar is for it's. There's a lot of
let me go get mine. It's kind of
there's
big, though.
different styles of playing. This is a good kind of start out on though because the strings are nylon string.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead and take this guitar for a second and go ahead and play some of the chords that you know. I just want you to feel the difference in the strings.
oh yeah.
Yeah, fingers are like, ah. Throw it on.
Well, this one's really tough. These is not that bad, and it's smaller. So it's this part's smaller, so it's easier for me to play.
Okay. These are the chords for the new key for C key first. Generally, I write down if we're doing a certain song, I write down the words with the chords above it. But he's already familiar with the song, so he knows when the chord changes occur in the song. So I'm not going to go to write down the whole entire song for something you already knows. So what I want you to do is
That can be his assignment. Write it down and put the chords in.
yeah, right. What I want you to practice here is let me draw. Let me see.
Practice. If this song playing
Sorry. Some of my other students say, Mr. D, I cannot read your writing.
Honestly,
I do that same exercise. Kids will I kind of can read it, but I can't read it kind of backwards. Well, that's a hand.
Yep. So you remember here.
There's
0,
fingers.
1, 2, 3,
4.
4. Okay. This is just, it's like the first line of the song, okay? I want you to practice the song playing each chord as 0, 1, 2, 3, okay? And then the last one, you're going to play that times 2, okay? So in other words, the song will sound like this then. Sort of sounds like the song here, right? Here we go. Okay?
Can you play that A minor?
Okay. A minor looks like this.
Oh.
It's
No.
like right here. Your third finger needs to come down 2 strings. No, your third finger.
Oh.
See, it.
Oh, down here.
There you go. Now move your first finger up. No, too far. There you go. Now, how many strings do we play? From the A down, right? this doesn't sound right. Just go down one note at a time. Find the problem. Alright, so there's another thing to practice this week. A minor. Work on that A minor. It might be a little easier on your guitar. But yeah, you want to, whenever you hear something's not right in the chord, just go down one at a time, and find the problem. Okay. Oh, there's my problem, okay. Sure enough, okay?
And then I'll get used to the finger.
Right, okay, so that's the way I want you to, for each one of these chords, right? Except for the last one, which is going to be twice, right? Each one of them, we're going to go 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay? Your pinky's not going to be used much. You can use that one if you move up, if you're playing another one.
Can I keep my nails short?
Yes, actually, mine are too long today. I've been so busy with other things. Right, yeah, it's good to, you want to keep...
He just need a confirmation. I told him you have to keep your fingernails short. He's asking to confirm. He doesn't
He likes to grow back.
confirmed.
My mom said that people grow this one so they don't eat it.
Sometimes, yeah, but I'll tell you this thing, my friend. If you do, in fact, grow...
They'll break it.
Well, it will become a gnarly looking thing. I've seen some people that are like, oh yeah, like people that play guitar for a living, like that's all they do, and they grow all the fingers on this hand, on your right hand. They grow all the nails long for finger style, and it's kind of gross. I'm not gonna lie. so
The nails get thicker too, right?
that's what we have a pick for. And if it's something that you want to be heard enough that you're growing your fingernail out, just use a pick. So. Alright, that's what I'm going to have you do for this week. Nothing too complicated. And then get ready to off. You remember how to do the tuning thing?
Yeah.
Alright.
You turn this one first. Then you press
This one has a name, son.
Oh, E. Put that.
Every dog.
Right.
Every dog gets.
Even a dog gets
Oh, even.
every day.
Even a dog.
Even.
DADGVE.
Even a dog gets a bone every day.
Not elbow, because now you have a 7-string guitar.
It's
Bones. Every day.
I like this guitar.
Mhm.
And my mom, she has a strap for hers. We'll never put it on.
Up as a what?
My mom
It's a strap.
Yeah, the strap.
Yeah, sometimes it's on, sometimes it's not.
Yeah, because so I can like stand up.
Right. So you can sit up and rock crowns and melt faces and stuff like that.
He wants to do rock, but
Christian rock.
Christian rock. Great.
Honestly, the principles for that style of music, it's way lazier than this other stuff. It's just called power chords. Is what a lot of rock music is. It's just 2 notes at a time. That's too easy. That's too lazy. We'll come to that later on at some point.
Yeah.
Sir,
So here's yours.
thank you. Appreciate it. I have my guitar case here, my international guitar case. I like this case more than I like the guitar.
It's cool. It has a lot of meaning to it.
Right. Well, you can read this one probably there. Tagalog.
Oh no. I'm Indonesian.
Oh, India. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spent 2 years teaching overseas on school in Saipan,
Oh,
and so students and family and faculty, everyone's from all over the place. It's like kind of a cultural crossroads there. So I was like, before I left, I was like, man, take something to remember them. So some of it's like students and stuff. Some of it's like, this is kind of cool, Japanese tourists. I would sometimes just go and sit on the beach and play guitar, and the tourists would come by and take pictures and stuff. So this one, it says pray for Japan. They were visiting right after the earthquake and tsunami there. And so they wrote that on there. So I think that's kind of like a little historic, little piece of, whatever history.
Cute.
Anyway, there's like all kind of different languages on it.
That's neat. Yeah, looking at next week's schedule, we won't be here on Sunday.
Let's
We're
talk
going
to
to Camp Borage.
let's talk to Levine and see if she can work things out.
Yeah, I have to stay at my aunt's house.
FSH, thank you.
It would be a good thing.
I know, right?
Yes.
And my aunt has a guitar.
Oh no, they have to be back here to
Yeah, they
for
have
the
to be
cornrows at
Yeah,
the
yeah,
church.
yeah. Yeah, you can work it out.
Okay. All right. So
She'll do whatever they want to do.
she'll just
Because we're going to a leadership conference for Pathfinders.
Pathfinders
Okay,
in
okay.
Camp
Oh.
Borage.
And then, but the kids are going to be behind. They're going to be with my sister, and she lives local. She lives in Bowie, but they're going to be here at the church. We live, Beltsville Church, right?
Right. Well, that's what I was gonna try and figure out here. I haven't heard a for sure yes from
Lisa.
Lisa. Right, her sister was my first grade teacher, by the way.
For real?
Cheryl Martin was my first grade teacher.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Oh my goodness.
That was my. She's one grade ahead of me in school. She's like a sister to me too. They're like family. They are family to me.
They're nice people. Nice people.
Yeah, they're family.
Well, she said she wants to, and but they're in Florida.
Mhm.
They'll be leaving in 15 minutes. So she said she's interested to because
Josiah has
Josiah
a car.
because
guitar.
Josiah had tried to do piano but seems not moving forward. So I said I'm gonna look for
Yeah.
a guitar teacher. So.
And these two are their brothers.
So they are,
think
she's
they'll
planning,
like
so
this.
maybe on some Sundays that we can, schedule them both together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have
Or back to back.
recitals?
Hmm?
Do we have recitals?
Well, at the moment, because you're down here and then the Atherton students are there and I only have a few of them, I don't have any recitals planned, okay?
Oh.
However, if it does sound like it's something you want to do. Do we have recitals? So,
Even to go to like a nursing home and play is something we've done with him. So
That's not
yeah,
bad.
I'm
we agree.
homeschooled, so I'm stretchable.
You're what?
Stretchable.
Stretchable. There you go.
I'm stretchable. I got my
Yeah, so I can. So we go to Appleton for gymnastics too. So
Okay,
it's just that our driving situation is not the best. We only one car.
When are you at Atherton?
On
Thursdays.
Thursdays. Okay. So let me see. If we have a lesson like on the weekend down here on Sunday, and then it would be like
Yeah,
a shorter
it's a
time
stretch
and
and
a
a
longer
stretch,
time.
yeah.
So I don't know if that's all right with you guys, but we could do one there on Thursday on the other week.
After tryouts.
Or if you can set something up with her like on Sundays, and
We
I'll
can
come
do
down here and do both lessons.
Sundays.
I live in Mount Airy, so
Yeah.
coming down here for one lesson is like.
No, it's-
I
But
understand.
I'd come down here for 2 lessons. So if you guys get together with her or something, I guess I'll kind of hold off then and wait to hear from you about what you want to do this next week if you're going to be out. But he's here still, right?
Yeah, he's here.
So.
He's here.
Yeah, next week is my off weekend at the Methodist Church there.
Right. Well,
Oh, I see.
definitely on the
Because you're
15th.
down here for Sunday.
Right.
And then
I
you're
alternate
able
for those.
to hop
Okay,
in over.
so how about let's do this? If it would be okay with you, as for right now, until we hear from Lisa, let's be off this week and do on the 15th, definitely, because you're going to be here already on the 15th.
Right.
Okay, and he'll be practicing in the meantime, and then once she comes back from Florida next Sunday, then we'll figure it out of more definite schedule.
Okay.
Will that work?
Yeah, that'll be okay. Sounds like a plan.
And he will be practicing. He practices like every day.
All right.
It's like-
I'm sure. I'm looking at what I've given him here, and I'm thinking that he probably knows even a little bit more. I think he was.
Well, let's do, Tigor, you're gonna practice the scale, all the scale, right? You
do
can
the
practice.
strumming that he's been showing you.
Let me write down that scale too. That
Yeah.
the one that we pulled up there,
Uh-huh.
and and then that'll be something else for him to do.
And now my sister's gonna take piano and violin.
Yeah, Oksana used to teach Tigor before she went to Germany for piano
Yeah.
for 2 years, right? Yes, Oksana.
And then I was playing, I was doing two people, Oksana and Mrs. Thomas.
Yeah, for a few months
For a few months.
before she left.
And then I was just, well, that's a nice drawing.
Is it colored, remember?
Oh,